What's going on, you guys? Jacob Hartley here from St. George Paramotor. Right here in front of me we have a Air Conception Tornado 280. It is electric start with clutch. It's got the titanium frame. It has got about 33 horsepower, 170 pounds of thrust, and it is a climbing machine. Absolute beast. Now this is the Ozone Spider 3, 24 meters. I really love this wing. It's really lightweight, easy to launch. It's made out of the lightweight material. It's similar to the Roadster 3, but the Roadster 3 has got the heavier material on it. And that's what's the beauty of this wing, is it's so easy to launch because of lightweight material. Okay, let's go get the paramotor on. And put this wing bag away. There's Craig over there. He's going to take off. He's also flying the Spider 3 in the St. George Paramotor Trike. Nice takeoff by Craig. Alrighty, let's go ahead and start this thing up and do our run-up. Clear prop. Okay, we're getting full throttle. Sounds really good. And here we go. And we're off. Woo-hoo! So it's nice to have a good launch. The air is nice and smooth. We've got a little bit of overcast today. Still great flying conditions. Usually here in St. George, Utah, we have blue skies every day of the year. We've got about 360 days of sunshine. So today I think we're going to head over to the Arizona Strip. There's so many really cool places to see here in St. George, Utah. We've got state parks, national parks, volcanoes, dinosaur tracks, petroglyphs. Just a beautiful area to fly, so much to see. This hill right here is called Webb Hill. Paramotors are just the ultimate way of traveling and seeing all the different sights. You smell all the different smells, you feel all the different air currents. Your view is completely unobstructed. You've got no gauges, you're not enclosed in a cockpit. We're so unregulated by the FAA, we can fly a foot off the ground or all the way up to 18,000 feet. Let's get a little bit closer over here to Craig. Craig is 72 years old flying paramotors. He's in really good shape for his age. He's one of the instructors at St. George Paramotor. He teaches the trike, and I teach foot launch. So it works out. Look at those views in the distance. Just amazing. Those red cliffs. Here in southern Utah, it almost looks like Mars with all the red rock. It's all the iron that's in that rock that makes it look red. As always, Craig is a little bit faster than me. He's a little more heavy on his wing. He's flying the, I believe it's the 28th Fighter 3. At St. George Paramotor, we offer year-round training. We fly all through the summer, through the fall, winter, spring, and it's just a wonderful place to fly. We teach people from all over the country. Everybody comes here to train. I think the furthest away from southern Utah that we trained somebody was Wisconsin. But we get people from California, Nevada, Arizona. They come from all over to come train with us. We have a 7 to 10 day training course. And we also offer a pay-by-the-day course for those who may be free flight paragliding guys that want to convert over to powered paragliding. Or they're guys that have got training from some other school but just didn't get the training they were looking for. So they come to us to finish them off. So we are very flexible in our schedule. We do equipment sales. We have a distributorship with Air Conception and Ozone. Air Conception is one of the lightest, most durable, powerful, reliable paramotors on the market right now for a great price. And Ozone wings are fantastic. That's what we fly. We like to train our guys, starting them off on the Spider 3. It's a really good beginner wing, beginner to intermediate. It's super easy to launch, super easy to land, very easy to maneuver, very stable. And it's a wing that you can grow with, so you don't have to buy a wing, you know, like a beginner A wing that you'd normally get, like the Ozone Mojo, and then have to upgrade later. The Spider 3, you can start out with that wing, and you can grow into it. So this will be a good wing to last you for a very long time until you want to upgrade into something more intermediate or advanced. Here's a couple of guys just hiking around. Hello. That's the cool thing about paramotoring is we fly around, we see people, and they wave at us, we wave back. They enjoy it, we enjoy it. It's just a really fun experience. This over here used to be a motocross track. Looks like it hasn't been used for a while, but it's got all the whoops and jumps and everything. There we've got Craig in the sunset. What's cool about paramotor sunset flights is you can get what's called a double sunset. You can watch the sun set, then we can climb up again, see the sun again, and watch it set again, so you can get a double sunset. That's always fun to do. Over here we've got what's called the Arizona Strip. That's where people come and ride their ATVs. They come and camp out. And it goes on out into Arizona. Here in St. George, Utah, we're right on the border of Arizona. And then right after that's the border of Nevada. So really close to Arizona and Nevada. Looks like they're doing some sort of construction over here, mining, I believe. That's kind of cool. I don't know if you can see it, but there's some dust on that road just kind of hanging out. There's not much wind right now, so it's just kind of sitting there hovering over the road. Man, paramotoring is just magical. It still amazes me how just a cloth, some lines, and a motor can get you off the ground and go flying. It's unlike any experience you've ever had before. If you're thinking about getting into paramotoring, I highly suggest it. It's unlike any other form of flying out there. It's literally like jumping into the air and flying away. If you've ever had a dream that you're running and you just start flying, that's what this is like, but better. Here we go. We've got Pine Mountain there in the distance. The sun is hitting it just right, making it look super awesome. We took off from that direction. Let's climb up and get over these power lines. This is always a pretty cool place to fly in here. Close to the terrain. I'm trying to stay somewhat above Craig's wake. This is Craig's favorite form of flying, is close to the terrain. To be honest, I think he's afraid of heights. I don't mind flying low either. You just have to be careful, because if you ever have a motor out, you got to think very quickly. So if you're a new person, you want to keep yourself with a little bit of height so that you have more time to react in case something did ever happen. Craig is probably the king of motor outs. He probably holds the Guinness World Record. They've all been on a bitter Aussie motor. Bitter Aussie is one of the most popular motors on the market. They have had their issues, especially a lot of exhaust cracking. I remember when I put an air consumption paramotor on for the first time, I could not believe it. I put it on and it felt like I didn't even have anything on. It was so lightweight. That makes a huge difference when you're foot launching. You're more nimble on the ground, and it just makes everything a lot easier. The air consumption, they do have titanium frames. Titanium is very strong. It's not like a lot of the aluminum frames out there today, where if you have a funky takeoff or landing, if you stumble and fall, typically with aluminum you crack your frame, whereas with titanium it doesn't crack, it just kind of bends. And you can bend the frames back, so it does save you money when you buy a paramotor with a titanium frame. It is a little tricky to bend the frame back, but it can be done. Go ahead and slide through this little saddle right here. We'll watch for Craig, make sure he doesn't turn into us. Woo-hoo! That was fun. The Tornado's got such a big climb rate. It's amazing. Wow. I don't always use full power, but it's there when I need it. And boy, it'll get you out of trouble. If you get yourself down low and get yourself into trouble, you just hit that throttle and you climb away. Woo! Flew through Craig's wake there. Alright folks, looks like we're going to head on back. I'm going to steal my brakes here for a little bit. Just going to go hands off. I'm going to turn on my strobe. With our paramotor training, we do have a winch. It's a tow winch with about 3,000 feet of line. And it is a really good tool to use in our training, because we're able to pull you up without the motor on your back. You're able to get your feet off the ground. It's really good practice for taking off and landing without all that weight. And it's good to get your flare timing down on landing. So what that does is that will help save you money in the long run. So when you do go fly with the paramotor, number one, you've already flown. You know what it feels like. And number two, you know how to land. You've got that flare timing down. It's a phenomenal tool to have. Most paramotor schools don't have a winch, but we strongly believe in that. It's been a huge game changer for St. George Paramotor. This year has been a great year for training. We've had quite a few students go through our course. We have a 100% safety record. They're all getting off the ground and flying safe. Here at St. George Paramotor, safety is the number one concern that we have. Make sure that everybody gets off the ground safe, is a safe pilot, and has the skills to fly. We'll make sure that you have the skills and are confident. We won't put anybody in the air unless we know that they have the skills to do so. Woo, there's a little bit of lift right there. Now following this golf course, it will take us to the park where we took off from. So if you're looking to get into paramotor training, come check us out at St. George Paramotor. Our website is stgeorgeparamotor.com. Obviously, we have a YouTube channel, and we do have a Facebook group. Just search for St. George Paramotor on Facebook. You're welcome to come join our group. We post pictures and videos and training times and locations and flying locations, fly-ins, all sorts of stuff on that group. You'll be updated. We're almost back to our park where we took off from. That's where we'll land. So we'll fly over the field, look and see what direction the wind's coming from. We always take off and land into the wind. So I'm going to go ahead and set my trimmers for landing.